All right, guys, so today I wanted to make a quick video talking about a book that I recently finished called The One Thing. Now, you might have heard about it. It is pretty much like a sales book written by Gary Keller, who is a kind of real estate guy, and it's mostly directed towards sales professionals. Now, I was in real estate for a little while, and I definitely learned a lot by reading this book. Essentially, what Gary goes into is that there are a ton of different things that you could be doing for your business, and a very small percentage of those things are actually going to drive new business and actually going to pay off and get you the results that you're looking for. Now, he brings up the Pareto distribution, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. This is just the 80-20 rule, where 20% of your actions, 20% of the work is going to make, the majority of the results. So essentially what the book says in short is that you should really focus on doubling down on that 20% so that you can get the majority of your results done, and then you can go do all the other busy work. Now, the reason this book was on my mind is kind of relating to starting my YouTube channel. So for a long time, I would kind of just go about essentially creating smaller tasks and busy work to get out of what I actually need to be doing for my YouTube channel, which is posting videos almost daily. Now, this might be different for different people. Like I said, if you're a sales professional, it might be making prospecting calls every day. It might be going and door knocking or holding open houses. Whatever the case may be, there's always a 20% of the work that needs to get done to get the 80% of the results. So for me, I always find myself trying to get out of doing the really hard tasks. I don't even necessarily mean hard. I mean like the mentally taxing tasks. It's the task that if you actually do it, you'll get a lot of results, but you might have a lot of mental barriers just to get in and actually do it. Now, personally, this has always kind of made sense to me. Figure out the task that is going to get the results done and do that task a lot. That's essentially what the book covers. Gary kind of goes along to explain that if you can do that main task for 4 hours a day and you do that every day, or you try and do it every day, then eventually you're going to hit crazy results. Now, that's a super oversimplification of what the book actually says, but that's kind of the main point. So how can we figure out what the main task is, and how can we actually go about tackling that and making that a reality? So for me, it's always kind of made sense what the main tasks are going to be. For example, when I was in real estate, like I said, making the cold calls and prospecting were the primary actions that I needed to do to build a client base and a database and get some business. Now, for making a successful YouTube channel, it's a little bit different. I might have to record every single day and upload a video every day to start building that repetition and start getting that main core task done so that I can really start seeing those results. It's probably going to be different depending on your situation, but it kind of makes sense to me that it's whatever's going to drive the most results. If you had to eliminate everything else in your day, what's the one thing that you would keep doing to see the results? Now, obviously, you can't just erase everything and only do one thing each day, but for the sake of this example, that's kind of what I used to figure out what I needed to be doing every single day. For me, it's super easy to come up with excuses and reasons not to do the things that I know I need to be doing, but it always seems to come back around to bite me. For example, making YouTube videos. There's a ton of things that I could be doing, such as like designing, a profile picture or learning video editing skills. But in the long run, those things aren't going to necessarily get me to where I need to be, unlike actually recording content. Recording content is the thing that's going to get me to where I need to be. But learning all the steps in between, I can do in my free time after the content is recorded. So I know that it can be really it can be challenging, it can be hard, it can be scary to actually start doing that main task that you have in front of you. So how can we kind of break through that mental barrier, and how can we actually start to do the things we need to be doing? Well, I think that there are definitely like daily rituals and daily practices and habits that you can build into your day that will kind of mentally strengthen you to get you ready to actually go about and do those difficult tasks. But the one thing that I have noticed is there's almost no antidote. There's almost no way better than just jumping in and starting, completely cold and like you don't even know what you're doing. I don't think there's any better way than just starting starting today, because it's always easier to start tomorrow, but then tomorrow also becomes, the next day. So starting today is always the best option for me. I've kind of learned to work with myself in that way, and I kind of understand that I'm always going to delay it and I'm always going to push it off to the next day. But if I can just start today, and even if it's horrible, even if I suck, it's whatever, because I know that I'm starting today, and if I started tomorrow, it'd probably be the same situation. I'm probably not going to get better at that main task tomorrow than I would today. And the practice that you get from just doing it is way more valuable than all the learning time that you can spend procrastinating and delaying those tasks that you need to be getting done. So if I have any advice to give you, it would be that I encourage you to just start today. Even if it's late at night, you can still take a little bit of action. You can still set up your camera and record a small video. You can, you can always, get your phone number list ready to make those prospecting calls. You can always do something today to get yourself ready to take the next step. And I think that's what's important, is you can start compounding those tasks, and you can really start to see results faster than if you keep just thinking about it and you keep waiting until you're ready. Because for me, I'm never ready. And so that's always the best place to start, is I'm just going to say, okay, I don't even know what I don't know, but I'm going to start and we're going to figure it out. So that's what I always do. Hopefully that was kind of made sense and kind of helped you out. Like I said, I'm at the beginning stage of my YouTube channel, and I'm super excited for what it's going to be in the future, but I have to start somewhere. So here we are. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.